So how's 2020 going for you so far? Yeah, me too. Let's go for a run. When I started my running, as you all know, if you've been watching these vlogs for a while, I did couch to 5k. I then ventured on, I pursued, I extended to bridge to 10k. And I have been building further to try and get to a half marathon distance after that. Truth be told, when I very first said on one of these videos that I am going to go out and try for a half marathon, it was around about the same time that Wiltshire County Council received a planning application from Mr. A. Druid asking if he could erect a new structure that he wanted to call Stonehenge. So it has been a while that I have been banging on about this seemingly never-ending road to the half marathon. I've suddenly realised as well, as a sort of sudden realisation, that today I'm recording this on the 11th of October, and in 2 weeks today, the clocks will have gone back. Now this shouldn't come as a great shock to me or a surprise, because this is something that has been happening for some time, and yet it's going to mean that the days will be getting shorter. That's generally what happens, and it's going to be getting darker earlier. Now I'm a bit of a creature of habit, human beings on the whole are, and what I tend to do on a weekend, go out, take the dogs for a nice walk in the morning, go home, have a bit of lunch, and then there's not much of the afternoon before, you know, I need to kind of go out. I don't want to go out straight after lunch, obviously, having just eaten. I want to take some fuel on board, particularly if I'm doing a long run, so I need to let that kind of settle before I think about venturing out for a run. And so it's generally about maybe 2 o'clock before I can think about going out. And of course there's not that many hours of daylight left when the clocks go back. And the other thing that I need to consider is that I am not the fastest runner in the world. I kind of go, I mean, the best way to describe my speed is it's somewhere similar to the speed of an asthmatic tortoise who's got a leg in plaster and is carrying some particularly heavy luggage. So I don't think I'm going to get to half marathon particularly quickly. I think more realistic, with a warm up and a cool down and the run, I'm probably looking at the best part of 3 hours. And I could, if the clocks have gone back and the days are getting shorter, if I leave this too much longer, I could suddenly find that I am doing the end of my run with a load of owls and badgers and bats and maybe the odd mole overtaking me. So I really need to kind of, you know, I need to get this thing done, don't I? I need to do it. What's the matter with me? It's been going on so long. So my task today, 3 weeks ago, I did 17k. The last couple of weeks, for various reasons, I've only been able to do 10. So, I'm getting out of breath. I need to try and push on today. I need to try and really crack this last 4.1k to get to my goal. And in 2 weeks' time, those clocks are going back. The days are going to be getting shorter. I'll be coming out. If I come out now, it'll, you know, there won't be much time left for me to do it. So, yeah, you know, this is a bit of a shock to the system. I need to do this thing. So today I'm going to try and push on from 17. I've really got to try and do it. I don't know how far I'm going to get. Because I've only had 2 weeks at 10, I think what I need to do is to not go mad today. I need to bear in mind this thing about avoiding injury, but I'm going to push on anyway. I'm going to see how I do. I'll set myself a target of 18, and if I get any further, great, but I don't think I want to go mad. Oh, I'm getting so out of breath. Right, I need to crack on. I need to get on, do this run. I'll tell you about it on the other side. I haven't even started, I'm knackered. See you in a minute.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right
done, complete. And I'm not gonna beat around the bush, put the times straight up on the screen. And you can see that I did 18k today. I was tempted to do 18 and a half because I got to about 16 and I felt fine actually, I felt pretty good. But about 16 and a half, that's when I hit a wall, and the last 1.5 kilometres was quite hard. But I was going, you know, I was still going, for me, it's a reasonable pace at the end of it. So 18k, I'm really, really pleased about that. I don't know what the time was. I think it was about, by the time I finished, was it 2:05, something like that? Anyway, you saw the time on the screen. So that's not too bad actually. That's sort of around that kind of 2-hour mark where I was given the advice. And that's where you kind of, you know, you want to be very careful if you're going over that. So, wonderful. And I had all sorts, as you saw in the montage there, I had a bit of rain and a bit of sun and it was windy. Didn't have any snow, but you know, you can't have it all. And, oh, this was interesting. I was, I thought it was interesting. One of the places when I was running, and I wasn't filming at the time, just running along, and blow me if a DeLorean didn't drive past. It wasn't doing, I can't remember what it was now. Was it 88.5? Oh dear, I can't remember the speed now, the DeLorean. Oh my goodness. That's a bit of film trivia that I should know off the top of my head. Anyway, it was in traffic. And I thought, that's a DeLorean. Don't see many of those around. So, and it's weird how these things happen, isn't it? It's weird. Because about 2 nights ago, no more than 3, I was sitting on the sofa at the end of the day and I was just watching YouTube videos and I was just sort of like randomly scrolling through to find another one to watch. And for some reason, it had in there I think it was Paramount that actually put it up, so it was official. And it was the first 10 minutes of Back to the Future was there, and they in 4K. So that was nice to watch. And I sat there and I watched that. I could quite happily, even though it was late, I could quite happily have sat there and watched the entire film. Is it not the greatest movie ever made? Back to the Future. Absolutely love that film. And it may not be your cup of tea, but I think it's great. And, you know, there we are, 2-3 days later, a DeLorean, of all things, drives past me. So, there we are. Doc Brown wasn't driving, unfortunately. I think it should be compulsory that if you're driving one of those, you should be wearing a white jumpsuit. And if not, some kind of puffer jacket, and then get out and get on a skateboard. Should definitely do all of that. So 18k. Done, and I feel very, very happy about that. And what is it? So not next week, the week after, on the day I'm recording this, on the Sunday early hours, the clocks are going to go back. So there we are. So now it must be cracking on for about 5 o'clock British summertime, getting on for that, somewhere around there. And is it as late as that? Hang on, I'm going to check. Wait a minute, what time is it? Yeah, about 4:45. And it's still quite light actually, so this will be, hang on, so when it goes back, this is going to be 6:45, isn't it? No, this is going to be 4:45. No, this is going to, look, it's not that difficult, is it? Anyway, I just know that I've got to kind of sort out this whole running thing. Yeah, look, I've just done 18k, okay, the brain is not functioning. I've got to try and get this thing, I've got to try, I've got 3.1k to go. 3.1, brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Took a slightly different route, as you might have seen on the montage as well. Went to the next town along. Normally I turn around before I get there, so I went to the next town along. It's got a nice quay there, and there was all the ducks and swans and things. Quite a few people about actually, but managed to kind of avoid them as best I could. Anyway, it's quite enough waffle from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more of this rambly, nonsensical content. And I thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week.